welcome love. I welcome harmony. I welcome all of the beautiful things that are meant
Hi
for
everyone,
me.
today I am reviewing this lovely book written by Deanne Malden. It is called Who Am I Now? The Path of Self-Discovery. Now, I recommend this book to all those who have started questioning their existence. This book is a practical start to your spiritual journey if you haven't started, and it doesn't even matter what age you are, because the way that it is written is just, it's simple, it's effective, it's practical, down to earth, and I find that this book is going to be one of my reference books that I can go to and say, oh, have I got off track? All right, let me flick through and let me see which practices I can use to, get myself back on track. Finding time, fueling motivation, mind-blowing meditation, introducing yourself, rediscovering passion, exercising care, surprising masks, warning triggers, electrifying confidence, revealing purpose, alluring surrender, outstanding future, and then the afterword and about the author. Okay, so in the chapter, Finding Time, if some of you don't believe you can make time, ask yourself this: how will your life look 10 years from now if you keep going how you are going? Will you still be stuck or lost, or even worse? What is the direction your life is heading? How will you feel? What will you be doing? Now compare it to how your life will look if you are more connected to your truth and leading a more fulfilling life. Where will your life be in 10 years then? How will you feel? What would you be doing? Do you see how important this is to you? Now, I don't know about you, but that got me thinking. She says, I believe neglecting ourselves is one of the biggest reasons for depression in our society. Disconnection from ourselves and our purpose creates despair and loss of motivation. Looking after ourselves is not selfish, it is necessary. And I absolutely love that, because I'm a big advocate for self-care in all its forms. When I reflect on my life, I treasure moments with my friends and family most. Experiences hold much more value than things. We work so hard trying to acquire objects that we forget about what really counts. Objects lose their value very quickly. We remember quality moments with those we love. And the better I feel about myself, the more special those shared occasions are. Fueling motivation, the will to win and desire to succeed. Without motivation, we wouldn't get anything done. We would most likely be lazing around, getting fat, and becoming unhappy. I would be happy to spend my days on the beach, or in a forest, or under a moonlit sky eternally. Actually, probably not. Anything done too often would eventually get boring. This is so true, because us humans are designed for a variety. Reaching our goals and receiving those fantastic feelings of achievement brings our vibration to an all-time high. Our self-worth, our self-value, and our self-confidence become much more potent. Then those things motivate us to do even more. We become slightly addicted to the rush of success. So there is a ripple effect on us. The trick is to get started. Mind-blowing meditation, your free ticket to your true self. Without quiet time, we tend to be scatterbrained, make bad choices and the wrong decisions. I don't know about you, but my brain has 1,001 things going all at once. Sometimes I will even combine words when I speak, because I've thought of 3 ways to say something, and they all come out at once. The more mindfulness I practiced, the more productive messages I received. I was clearing space in my mind to allow for more things. I was able to access memories better. Inspired ideas would sometimes come into my head. I would receive answers to questions. Emotions would be released too. Introducing yourself. Identity through self-reflection. Self-reflection also means looking back to identify where we have made mistakes, what we have learned, and realizing skills and strengths that we have acquired. When we do this, we are taking responsibility for our current circumstances by understanding what happened for us to come to be here now. There is no real personal growth without self-reflection. Strength isn't necessarily power. Vulnerability can be strength. We have to be strong to be able to show our vulnerability. The fact that you are reading this book tells me you have strength. You are strong enough to want to make a change, and change can be scary as hell. Rediscovering passion. It's not just a hobby or a dream. When we are following our passion, we are spurred by emotions, and we have a reason to keep on doing what is needed. The tasks fill you with joy and disconnect you from the worries of the world. Your heart is filled and there is a sense of contentment. Even in times when we enter into doubt, our commitment will pull us through those negative thoughts. Exercising care. The time you enjoy wasting is not wasted. Self-care. Hugely important. If we give and give and give, eventually we will run dry, feel unsupported, and have no more willpower. That lack of willpower then equates to a lack of energy. When we are low on energy, it impacts our physical health and we become unwell. I have learned that love does not have to come from someone else. We have enough love in our heart for ourselves and everyone else. By loving ourselves, our body knows that it is being cared for and responds in kind. We become more relaxed, motivated, and happier. Our higher vibration from feeling happy and healthy will rub off on those around us. The positive energy will have a ripple effect out to others in our environment. Their happiness will reach the people around them, and so on. Besides, I bet you can do a lot more for your friends and family who are fit, well, and happy. Find a spot in nature, either a park, the beach, bushland, or your garden. Take your shoes off and connect with the earth. This is called grounding or earthing. Too often we are detached from the very planet that is home for us and lose our connection. Surprising masks. We wear many masks to keep us from getting hurt. The thing is, we will never truly feel accepted, even by ourselves, if we aren't living our truth. There will always be an invisible gap between us and others, so there can never be a real connection to anyone. There will always be separation and a feeling of isolation when we continually betray our truth. Ironic, isn't it? By trying to be included, we are creating a more significant gap. Sometimes there is an outside pressure to be someone we are not. It may be a requirement of your work, school rules, or the law. Those are most likely unavoidable and excusable. However, check in with yourself and ask the question, can I change my behavior for the better? Warning triggers, the keys to your personal growth. Triggers create a fear response. They are the times that we react in self-defense. The reaction is over an event that happened to us in the past that isn't on our mind consciously at the time. Our subconscious still remembers it well and is responding in kind. Understanding why we get sparked and what it is that triggers us is a crucial part of our healing process. These are signals that this is where we must do some work on ourselves. If we don't recognize our triggers, we don't know where to work on ourselves to heal. More often than not, these are deeply seated memories, and we have put walls and moats and who knows what else around them, so we can't even access them ourselves. Looking deeper is the key to start opening doors. Ain't that the truth, folks? Don't put pressure on yourself if nothing comes up straight away. You can think about it for a few days or meditate on it. Maybe even journal on it. When nothing else works, journaling always works for me. I just write down my question and keep writing until the answer shows itself. Electrifying confidence. Everyone has some level of confidence. Confidence means not needing someone else's approval for recognition because we have enough of that ourselves. You can see when someone is confident in the way they move and their posture. A self-assured person walks with purpose and stands tall. Confidence is a skill that inspires trust and comes from a place of self-love. When you are certain in your abilities, it shines through. When you start seeing your worth, you will find it harder to stay around people who don't. Being around people who see your worth can only build your confidence even higher. You cannot have belief in your abilities without self-love. Try future talking. You can find a partner to do this with or do it alone. Simply talk out loud about what it is you need confidence with, as if it has already happened successfully. For example, it might be a job interview, in which case you might start by saying how you were nervous when you got there, but as the interview progressed, you just started to shine and felt totally in the zone, and it ended up nailing it. Revealing purpose, understanding why we are here. Our brains are wired to look for things that support our feelings. If we are feeling positive, we notice the other positives that show up in our life. The energy we are feeling will show up in our expressions, and others will be attracted to that part of us. This reinforces our positivity, and that can exponentially grow into joy. During my self-discovery, I tried many different forms of healing and support. I was so pleased with the results that I received that I wanted others to experience the same. Gradually, a pattern showed, and I realized that all the modalities I had chosen to learn assisted in releasing old programs and negative subconscious patterns. Now I help others to release their limiting beliefs and live their purpose. That is my service. Alluring surrender. Surrender is not giving up. Surrendering will open up doors we didn't know existed. When we cling to what we know and how we expect things to work, we are not giving other opportunities a chance. When you surrender, pleasant surprises can come into your life, almost like you receive rewards for your decision. Try saying it out loud. I surrender. Part of the reason we struggle with controlling everything instead of letting go is we believe nothing will happen if we stop doing what we've always done. Ask yourself some questions. What is the worst thing that could happen if you surrendered in the situation? What are the odds of it actually happening? More often than not, our reason will be based around fear and could very well just be a link to something from our past that is driving our actions today. Have a good think about why you aren't liking the idea of surrendering to it. Outstanding future. It is all worth it. We were born to do more than just exist. We were born with a purpose in our soul, and when we align with that, we shine bright. So brightly that others want to bask in our rays for relief from their own darkness. The goal, in fact, is to live our dream, to reap the rewards of our dedication and belief, unless, of course, we then have a new reason. Sometimes our success leads us to a new purpose. You have so much to give to the world and yourself. Your heart has more than enough love for you and everyone else. So what is your dream? My vision is a world full of people connected to their truth, so we have a kinder planet. I could let that overwhelm me and give up before I even start. Or I can look at the first step. The first step is me. Deanne is certified as Theta Healer, hypnotherapist, and life coach. She is a meditation instructor and teaches regeneration healing. Deanne facilitates retreats, is a public speaker, and an author. Currently, she has online courses available to support people on their own quest. Practices a powerful healing technique she developed herself, with international success stories. Do yourself a favour. Head over to Flourish with Deanne www.wholisticzara.com.au and grab yourself a copy. I wish you all an excellent journey. The best work that we can do in this world is to work on ourselves.